All right, we're back. It's the RTF Show.
Hi there, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of the Rose Tackle Football Show. As you can see, I am not Mike Rose, but I am channeling him in my Unstoppables jersey. And with me is my co-host, Kelly O'Loughlin.
Brother Kelly, cheers.
Yes.
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the pod. So as you've seen in the chat, we've got the Rose Bros. They've been a little busy, so Kelly and I opted to satisfy that Rose Tackle Football League craving for all you folks. We're going to do a brief show. We're going to try to stay under an hour. What is that what they always say? What does
Something
Mike say?
Like that. We got stuff to do. Look, Peter has kids. He knows how this goes. Like we got stuff.
You know, you pop on here, you say a few jokes, you make fun of Bill, you do something like that, and then you talk about how angry Ken is about the division system and all that stuff, and then you go forward.
Talk shit about Charlie and then lose.
Yeah. Well, as you can see by the stand, so before we start, Kelly and I would like you all to know that we don't know the rules, nothing official about anything. So what we say here isn't law. Law
we don't know how the playoffs work. We didn't read the Constitution, nor will we be doing so.
Yeah. So like right now it says that Josh is the division leader at the 6th seed, but Bill obviously is, but points overall. So I'm assuming our commissioners will address that in the chat after this episode comes out as to who's who and what's what.
Alternatively, we can take everything we say as law. Alternatively, everything we say could be law, and it could just be true. Take it over.
That is true. Very true. I mean, and let's be honest, like seeing Ken as a 4 seed when he has proactively sold his team since day one, really, kind of fucking shocking that he's still pulling it out.
Yeah, is he gonna have like $300 for the draft next year? What's he gonna do? I can't wait.
I don't know. It depends on how much money Josh has to give him left in the offseason.
I hope Meredith gets him drunk again.
He's had a rough go of it. Like one of the things I've been texting with John a bunch is just like Josh's injury woes is just out of this world. Like I haven't seen anything like it. Like if everybody was healthy, he'd have like 5 or 6 starting running backs. I think that's not a fact. I don't know if that's true or not, but in the back of my head. We don't do
facts here.
Yeah.
We're fact free.
But Ken being a 4 seed is really, really rad. Kenneth Walker's killing it for him, doing a lot of good stuff. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to look at the standings, and we've got 2 games. Well, everybody's got 2 games this next week, and there's a lot to talk about. All right. So Kelly, you can see it right now. So if everybody can see okay, right? Like let's talk about Hallis real quick. 6-6, the top 2 is Josh and Wild Bill. And Wild Bill has Charlie's super depleted team to play. I was joking with John that we think Charlie might like squeeze out some random victory and really mess things up for Bill, but that's a division that's looking very interesting and super close. And then you got sneaky Mike that's like still kind of winning every once in a while, which is weird.
Yeah, he managed to hand me a defeat so that I'm not leading our division. So fine.
Well, and then next up, we got the Ryan division. John is looking like he's going to run away with the 2 seed. There's still a shot that I think he doesn't get the 2 seed, and I think I have to beat him, and then he has to lose. But we'll see how that goes. Steve is still kind of winning.
Hold on. Do you want to make a bet that John loses his first playoff game?
I'm not making bets this year. I just can't. I don't know. He tried to bet me because him and I went head to head for Survivor. Oh, that's the other thing too is before we forget, it hasn't been brought up in the chat, but basically, I think that's 3 years in a row for Survivor. Maybe that's a prize thing we should get rid of because it's not a rivalry. As Ken says, it's not a rivalry unless somebody else wins. So it's not really a challenge anymore. But actually, that's John and I have talked about. It's pretty crazy. I've been very lucky in Survivor, so. That was a close one because we both had low scores. But John's looking to run away with that. I don't know if Steve can necessarily sneak in. I think he's got a fair amount of points overall. It sort of depends how the ties go. The Lovey division's getting pretty close. I think Josh would be out if we're correct. I think
other Peter or
other Peter,
Josh?
I think, is the 6th seed. I think Josh is out if it's points overall, as opposed to head to head, how this is kind of going. And then Alex still being the 3 seed, obviously. His team took a dud last week. I lucked out on that. But right now the Lovey division is going to represent 3 teams, and then you've got silly ass Ken selling. I mean, he sold what, Nixon, CH, and Mark Andrews. Were those the 3 players he traded?
We don't have facts here. We don't have the information. We don't know. But he's definitely got a lot of money.
Winning.
Yeah. He got a lot of money.
On a 4-game win streak. Which is just bananas.
It's extremely painful for me. I don't like it. But that's okay.
Can you, at Christmas time at the Rose House, this is going to be great. I hope they do a live show from that where it's just Ken poking Mike. Just that's all I want is just him poking Mike all day. But yeah, so Kelly, you could still sneak in, I think, maybe schedule, because you got a lot more points than Ken. So if you tie him, you're good. Schedule wise, let's see. So for you, right, who do you got?
I have Ken, who I will probably lose to, and then I have Steve.
And Steve. So if you win both of those, I mean, Ken's facing me week 14. I'm not going to sit down. Like, if you beat him this week.
You're not benching your players.
No, if you beat him this week, you've got a good shot because my roster's stacked right now. So, like, it's if you
don't jinx yourself.
I'm not, but I'm just saying that, like, out of all the people he could face, you don't want him facing me or John right now. So, like, you could still make the playoffs in that one. So that's kind of cool. For Pete, I was looking at his games. He's got his big matchup this week against Alec is really going to be huge because I feel like he's almost, and then he plays Josh next week. So, like, I don't know. I mean, the scenarios in my head are kind of like spinning like a top, but like,
is there a path for him?
Is there a path? And like, for Josh, who does he got this week? He's got Mike. He should beat Mike. But like, if he does, that last week is going to be fun.
We need that MSNBC election guy who has his map. We need all our scenarios. So we should have prepared for this.
The $50 a year, that's what that's going
to. That's
what
we and it's next year it's the development will be complete. Great.
Oh yeah. And Mike can work on that when he's up super late with that baby of his when he's
gonna have time, right? What else is he doing?
Yeah, all that baby's gonna do is eat, sleep, shit. It's not like he's breastfeeding. It's not like he's doing anything.
Well, we don't know. Worthwhile. We don't know. He might give it a shot.
Yeah, maybe. But overall, so looking at this, I think at the end of the day, you're looking at 7 teams, unless Steve. Wait, you're still in it too. So we're looking. Who's the 8 one right now? Oh, that's Steve. Who does Steve got the last 2?
He's playing me in the last week, and I don't know who's playing this week.
Oh, Fitz and his woes. Him losing Bryce Hall was a big loss. Ever since then, that got rocky. Could he sneak in? I don't know. Especially when you've got like Alec, Pete, and Josh playing each other. Like people have to lose, so it could go really. Things could get a little mucky here. No, Steve. But yeah, I think this is gonna be fun. So basically, the other thing we're gonna look at real quick is current projections. Have Kelly not making the playoffs. Josh and Bill tying. So that would
that must be why on the other screen they have Josh as the.
Yeah. Well, let's see how things play out. Seems weird to me. Should we jump right into matchups?
Sense. Yes, let's go.
Nothing makes sense. This is why John and Mike always are all over the place. So. All right, let's jump into matchups then. This week. Anyone you want to start with?
Are you playing John? Let's start there.
All right, let's take a look. As we can see, Diggs already has a touchdown. I've been messaging with John to sort of toy with him because I was reading something about CMC having they
knee or something
with practice, but it's not even it's a twisted ankle. It's something in the knee's not right or something like that. That's vague. Not what you want to hear out of the guy you gave $30 for. And especially with who's the backup that got hurt? Was that Eli Mitchell? Am I making that up?
He's on the IR again,
out.
Yeah.
So who are they going to give the rock to? But I told John John doesn't have anybody to put up, and he's Cook isn't playing, so he's going to have to start Robinson or White in his place. I bet CMC plays, but I've been messing with him, just being what are you going to do, man?
Get in his head. See if you can get him to bench him.
I think I got him this week. It all depends on touchdowns. I mean, he's got big play potential from Barkley, McCaffrey. I mean, Schuster-Smith is good for a touchdown. It's going to be a toss-up. I hope I beat him, but you just don't know. There's nothing.
You think Kamara bounces back this week? Or is that a question mark as well? He has Kamara in there. You got to start him, but he's been having a rough go of it.
Him opening that last game with a fumble, I think, messed with his head, and that was kind of the tough part for him. Oh, why am I going to that? Get out of there. I'm not used to this. Actually, yeah, there we go. It was last week was just kind of a dud. He had his monster week 8 and stuff like that. And I mean, it's at Tampa Bay. They have injuries, but it's prime time, so I could see him doing well. Kind of a coin flip. Cleveland at Houston. I think their defense is gonna destroy them. So we'll see. Kind of a toss up. So who knows how that goes? Let's go. Should we go on to the next one? So what's your pick, Kelly?
I'm going to take you in this one. I think it's a smart bet to go with the hot hand for sure.
Same. And you know what? I don't think John Rose is used to the bright lights of the RTFL.
He doesn't know how to win. He doesn't know how to win.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to win.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just, I was thinking about this a lot. It'll be interesting if there's ever a year where John and Mike both make the playoffs, or if it's the Starks, there's always got to be. There's always got to be a Stark at Winterfell. There's always got to be a Rose in the toilet bowl. Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, I'm gonna needlepoint that onto a pillow. I don't know how to needlepoint, but I'll figure it out and I'll get that done.
All right, and now
oof, this one looks rough. Oh
yeah, Mike for Josh. I mean, and this is the thing. Josh has lost last week, but he's still got boom players. That's the people that can score a bunch. I mean, Mike's trading part of his team, but it's one of those deals where you just don't know. Gabe Davis having a big game. He's still
Pollard
got players
going off and
going nuts. But Josh having Lamar, AJ, everybody you look up there, you're just wow, they can all score a touchdown. Montgomery, I think, is going to score a bazillion points because the Packers defense is absolutely garbage right now. But it's, this one, let's be honest, Josh should win this straight up. No offense, Mike.
Full offense, Mike.
Actually, yeah, full offense. And I think Josh needs to win this game. If he loses this one, it's going to be a tough playoff. He's going to need help to make the playoffs.
And that's rough having leveraged the future for to Ken, really.
To Ken. That draft is going to be interesting.
It's wild.
Going to
I hope he's wasted.
$260. Yeah. We got to talk to Meredith and just get him shit faced.
Just as many mimosas as can be presented.
Starting bid for Mark Andrews, $100.
Done.
Done. All right, so we'll go from that. We'll we're trying to get through quick here. Ooh, wait, we'll save that one for last because that's the matchup of the week, I think. Let's do Steve and Fitz. Fitz with the Herbert trade. I mean, I wish we could do a whole episode where we could like have the people that made trades like talk about them. That one I was like, wow, cool. like I'm like, it's one of those rare like
What was that
quarterback
trade
for quarterback. It was Herbert and Lamar, and I don't know what the money was involved and stuff like that. But you're like, oh, those are two good quarterbacks, like, and because
it's all about that
like,
locker room. It's all about that team chemistry, the locker room. You got to
team
get the right
chemistry,
guy.
yeah, all that dumb bullshit I talk about. This one will be a close one. Yeah, this one will be a close one. Like Steve's projected to win, and he's got some big players, and then like Latavius Murray for like Denver becoming the main guy out of the blue is crazy. Wild. So he's got so like his starting. The only thing that Steve's got working against him is if Chase scores a touchdown, that means Higgins doesn't. So like the maximum points he can score is based upon Joe Burrow throwing multiple touchdowns. Yeah.
Who does he have on the bench instead of Chase? Is Chase going to go, or is he coming back?
Yeah, he's slated to play. He's slated to play, so he's good to go. And then
not really any other options. So
yeah, it's the right way to go. It'll be interesting, like because I know that I was talking with him about some trade stuff. If he keeps both guys for next season in the off season, or like both are super talented and both are like top 10, 15 wide receivers because they can put up some mad points. But you pick one over the other kind of a deal.
Are they both under contract or?
Yes. I think Higgins has 1 year left. I don't know Chase, maybe 2. I think Chase got the max deal. Mm-hmm. And then on Fitz's side, Fitz has got some boom players, so it just depends on how folks go. Garrett Wilson will be drawing Patrick Peterson, I think. I mean, Pierce has been just laying duds. And I mean, Fitz has got to start him every week, but you're like, hey, what's going on? His season's been super rocky the last 2 weeks. Yeah, those last 2 weeks, like he's been good for double digits. It's like a steady decline almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Houston, so
is someone else taking carries, or are they just terrible?
I think they're just terrible.
Yeah, it happens.
I think. I don't know what's going on. We don't know.
There. Again, we don't have the facts.
I don't think anybody's snaking carries from him. I think they're just playing from behind and not doing well.
Sure. Yeah.
What do I know? But especially looking at Fitz, he's 11th. He's 3-9. There's next season. I mean, I've messaged him too. He's gonna have Pierce. He's gonna have Hall. He's gonna have Olave, Herbert. Like his keepers are just gonna be. Oh, and Cooper Kupp. Like what an injury.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah.
But that's 5 guys right there, and then you're looking at maybe Treylon Burke as a key. Oh, he might. I don't know if Dobbins is still on his thing, but he's going to have a solid group of keepers and stuff like that. I know Steve's working the same way with all his guys. Yeah, it's going to be it'll be interesting to see who keeps who this offseason for some of these teams right now.
Maybe there'll be a big trade market.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially like, I'm curious with like, especially for like Ken and stuff like that. Ken's got all that money. Like, does he trade for big ticket keepers, or does he does he like, does he go full ham and go, hey, Bill, I want Josh Allen, and he can pay for him. And like, does Bill have a price?
Do you have a price?
Everybody has a price. That's what the $1 Million Man says.
Okay. All right. Charlie, who changed his name. He's no longer football and stuff. He's now Creed and stuff. I feel like there's something there, and I'd love to know more. I don't know what the AWO means. This is true ignorance. Do you have any idea? No, that's fine. But I like it. Who doesn't love Creed? No, Creed is terrible.
Oh, arms wide open. That's what
look at
I
you,
was
the
like
Creed
sitting there.
fan.
I was like,
You're like,
I was sitting there because like he did the Creed the line, but then I was also like, well, maybe he means Creed from The Office. Like, there's 2 famous Creeds, Creed from The Office, and then create the band, and so like, this is maybe Charlie turning a new leaf.
I'm excited for him.
Yeah. It's a shame that Elliott it's a shame Elliott got hurt like during the time where like trade deals might have happened and stuff like that. But let's be real. Charlie should lose this game. Unless he gets some random stuff.
I don't even know who he would get a big game from to take this. I mean, his best bet is maybe McKenzie, who had a great game last week, but that seems rough. Like, there's just not enough going on, and Bill has Allen, so.
Yeah, Bill's got a lot of guys. And especially like, Thielen's the number 2 there, and like, Cousins likes him a lot. I wish I never traded him Cooper. I got desperate because I was worried about
You flipped him so fast.
I know. I flipped. Well, Bill made the offer. I said I was going to wait on money, and then Rashad Penny got hurt, and I was like, "Oh shit! I don't have a running back to back." Like, and at that point, I don't think Travis Etienne had busted out, so I panicked and I made that dumb trade, and so there we go. Enjoy that, Bill.
I mean, I think your team's fine, but okay.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's one of those things where you're like, you look back, you're like, whoops.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, yeah, that's how it goes. But like, Kittle's coming on strong. Let's see what Kittle's been doing. Bill's just getting warmed up for the playoffs. Oh,
he's ready to make a run.
But he could easily. And I mean, Josh Allen, if he gets hot, I mean, nobody knows how that UCL injury is. But he's playing and obviously putting up points right now. He's slated to do 26.09. So Bill should win these last 2 weeks. No offense, Charlie. But he should. And that should put Bill at 8-6 and see where things fall. Ooh, let's go to this game.
It's going to be close.
It is. And Ken, like, I've looked at Ken's
team. He finds
teams.
a way as well, yeah.
Yeah, and after trading people away, which is the fascinating part, because once when he did that first trade, when he traded CH, I was like, okay, he's trading people, but he still has an okay roster. But he was like, I hate my team, I want to sell it. And then when he traded Mixon, I was like, man, Mixon's scoring points still. But like, then I saw him start. I mean, he started picking up Pacheco, and I mean,
his Walker pickup was key. For sure.
Oh, that $9.
We were all sleeping on that one.
I think I saw a bunch of people put in a couple bids. Like, and I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's gonna eat at Mike to letting him go. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh man, why didn't I? And then I mean, he picked him up, and then Penny got hurt, and it was just like Penny had his monster week. And then I was looking at last year, like Josh had Rashad Penny. That guy crushed me. He had like 170 yards and 2 touchdowns in the championship. And I mean, Ken's got a team that can still win, which is just absolutely fascinating. And, he's got a real locker room leader in Aaron Rodgers on his bench.
What's up with Jordan Love? Is this the time to talk about that?
He looks fucking good. I mean, I was telling John that, like, the NFC North could be, like, Fields is the man. He's the right guy there, and they need to build around him. Love looked good, and I think those guys could. I mean, if they give Love the reins, I think he could be good. But then, like, the Lions are going to suck so bad this year, they're going to have C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young, and then you've got the White Knight, Kirk Cousins. Like, that's the division. Like, but you've got 3 young
right?
He doesn't swear, and he loves that Christ guy.
Next Philip Rivers.
Yeah, that's something they like to do.
Taking the reins.
Well, Kirk Cousins likes to grill. Did you know this fun fact that Kirk Cousins grills with tinfoil down?
You don't want to clean the grill. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have to scrub it up. The vegetarians appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, Bill, I wonder what Bill thinks about that.
He probably hates it.
Hey, Bill, if you're watching, when you get to this part, put in the chat, tinfoil on the grill. That's what real men do. That's Kirk Cousins. Yeah, how do you feel?
Do you have foil on your smoker? So I feel 0% confident, but I feel like my projection is low. I picked up Garoppolo specifically because he's playing Miami, and I feel like everyone against Miami is 20 points plus. Although now, having said that, Garoppolo will get like 4 points, which is my season/life in this league. So we'll see. I got hit with some bye week issues here with Arizona on bye, and unfortunately, I have a lot of stock in Arizona. And yeah, so we'll see. This one hopefully will go to the wire, unless I can, take over really quickly in the morning games. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting.
The cool thing that you guys got going is basically like if People Jones scores a touchdown, Njoku doesn't, and then he's got Walker and Metcalf. So like they're snaking each other. Like it could balance out pretty good. Like I mean, Cook and Hawkinson. Like if one's doing good, the other one might not be. Like, and that's I think like
with Hawkinson joining the Vikings. I mean, Cook hasn't had the greatest year anyway, but he's had more 4 weeks since Hawkinson has been a Viking. So
yeah, they haven't had to rely on him a whole bunch.
Right.
But yeah, it should be fun overall. I mean, the Rams defense is usually pretty good, but like Aaron Donald's missing the first game of his career. And like that offense in Los Angeles is shambles. So like, those guys could have either a super big game or like be done after the first half. Like that's what'll be interesting. Like the Kansas City game could be a shootout. Like this one could go a whole bunch of different ways. Tyler kick his ass Seabass right now is already rocking 5 points. So that's kind of
that's not great for me. Early points for the kicker.
I'm hoping you win because it'll make things more interesting, but I think Ken might have you. I mean, the other part is Trevor Lawrence with Jacksonville, like they're riding a complete high after last week's win.
Yeah.
And Seattle's in a win. They got a win mode kind of to keep their power.
I'd be okay
it'll be interesting though.
Jacksonville and Detroit got in a shootout and St. Brown could get shit ton of points. That would work well for me. So
it's kind of weird that I'm interested in that game. Like,
yeah,
like
I'm
on
TV here. I was watching. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least. Yeah, let's do this one. Everybody, this is Alec, my division friends of the Mongo division. Is Alec as Big Head. I love that. I get a fucking kick out of that crown photo. I don't know if you do.
It's a great story. Yeah, it's awesome.
I love it. It makes me chuckle every time I see it because it's a big fucking crown. And then the Alpha Peters, which is Peter in Germany. So he's probably going to see this.
Never. Probably.
Never. Yeah, never ever. Big matchup for those folks. I mean, and when I look at Alex's team, like
Josh Jacobs, 50 points last week. That was
holy shit. Holy
and
shit.
You still beat him, right?
I got lucky. If if anybody else played well for him, like I had a good league because I had a lot of guys play pretty well, but like when a running back puts up 49, I think it was 49.5 points off the top of my head, like holy crap. And and he's got Jamal Williams, who's got more touchdowns as a running back than anybody else. Like, that's been crazy to see. And just crazy stuff. Like his wide receiver stuff could be a little bit better, but like honestly, not even a worry at all right now. Because
if Jacobs and Henry both hit, then who cares? But it's just if you need that wide receiver to show up, that's a little problematic. Does he have anyone on his bench?
Let's see. Jordan.
Not great.
Is it Jordan?
I don't know.
Yeah, Joshua Palmer.
We don't know facts.
I think Jordan. We don't know facts. Well, and stupid Atlanta's not throwing the ball to guys like Drake London. Now Kyle Pitts is hurt, but they were never throwing to him anyway. It felt like his running back stuff. Yeah, his running back stuff trumps everything. Like, and then Mahomes is like Mahomes could put up 30 plus points easily. Pete has like one of like when it comes to Tyreek and Devontae, like one of the best receiving core, and then he's got who's on his bench.
Not bad.
Locket's there.
LeClaire.
Yeah. Devin Singletary, Eckler, and Stevenson. I thought Stevenson was a great pickup for him too. And that's a potential keeper. Like, I think this Denver tight end has been doing pretty solid too. Like he's been getting a lot more targets,
That's
which
because
has been solid. Not like
Russell
not like
sucks.
yeah, Russell sucks. Man, that team is after.
Let's
I can't
ride.
remember the. Oof. I think the head coach had to tell him to tone that shit down, like the unlimited bullshit.
Deeply,
Like,
deeply embarrassing.
hey
and
man, that's
uncomfortable.
cool when you're winning, but when you're losing,
You look
there's
like an
some weird
asshole.
stat after like week 10. If they scored 18 points a game, they would have been 9-1. Like,
Eek.
yeah, that's real bad.
It's not good.
I think especially for this game, it depends how Dax plays. If Dax has a good game and blows up, I gotta go with Pete on this one.
I gotta correct you. It's Dak. I can't have an Alpha Peters situation here.
What did I say?
Dax.
Oh,
It's fine. Continue. Proceed.
he's in possession. He's in possession of Prescott.
There you go.
I meant it as an apostrophe S.
I see.
Or as a Dax is Prescott.
There you go.
Correction. What do you think, Kelly, though?
I mean, German Peter definitely has the better projections. I think Alec has had big games from people. This is one that comes down to oddness. So Vegas versus the Chargers, like Raiders Chargers rivalry game. It goes back forever. Those are a toss up. I mean, it's hard to say, how those will go and what will happen. I'll go Alec on this one.
Shit, I didn't even realize that he's got Jacobs and he's got Eckler, so that'll be a fun game to watch in the afternoon. Yeah. Henry versus Philly, like Philly, I mean, they got Ndamukong Suh. I mean, they're picking up bodies to be big, and I think it's with the sole purpose to be able to stop people like Derrick Henry. So I'm curious how that one will go. I think you got potentially like Williams could get a touchdown or two. Like it'll be close for sure. I can get behind that for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting. This will be a fun week. I think overall it'll be fun. I'm excited to see what happens. Things are getting down to the wire.
Yeah.
Huh?
Lots of close matchups. Except Charlie's.
Yeah, lots. Except Charlie's.
That's okay. But he's rebranding. He's out there. Yeah. He's got moves.
A plan.
He's got some money in his pocket. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I think he, I don't know what Ken's keeper situation is, but Charlie might be going into next season with the most money because he doesn't have any keepers.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see if Ken decides to trade for keepers in advance of the draft, but I don't think Ken has very many keepers either. Yeah. But again, we don't know facts, so
we don't know facts.
Who knows?
Yeah, offseason will be interesting. Like does Ken try to poach one of John's running backs and be like, I have all this extra money, I'm not going to let CMC hit the draft, but you wouldn't want to pick up him on a 1-year deal. You would just bid for him,
Yeah, I don't know. I think he probably just goes in with his $300 and
bullies everybody.
Yeah, I mean that's the vibe I get from Ken, is that he's going in strong with his wallet. He's going to put the stack down on the table, and he's gonna intimidate us all.
Yeah,
I'm intimidated. I'll admit it. I have $12, and it's not great.
Yeah, I mean, he's in your division, and he's my rival. So he's
we're in trouble. Scary. We're scared of Ken. Yep.
Scary Ken. Scary Kenny.
There we go.
But that was interesting to know that he used to be a Kenny, that he's no longer a Kenny. Too bad, All right. Anything else you want to add this week, Kelly? I don't know how much time's on this. I don't see a recording number.
Honestly, I think we did it in 20 minutes. I don't know what the roses are talking about every single time, but again, it is John. So yeah, I mean, I think we crushed it in 15 minutes. That's probably not true, but again, we don't care about the facts. But yeah, I mean, I think we covered it.
Yeah, maybe this becomes a once-a-year tradition, that we take over the RTFL show and we provide, the other 10 folks, a little break from reality,
I mean,
Bears
we
Packers
certainly
Sunday.
did not talk about the Bears very much. We didn't talk about Mike's team maybe at all. I don't even remember who he's playing. Steve? Who cares?
Well, to make this a true RTFL show, we needed to be Mike talking himself into the Bears being super good, out of the Bears being super good, being terrible.
Very excited for it.
Bulls year. It's the Bulls year. It's the Bulls year.
Yeah,
no,
we
always
did.
Good entertainment. Just joshing you guys. No, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, thanks for all you do. Put that $50 to use and get us a draft board, a playoff board, something fun, something exciting so that we can see real-time scenarios. I mean, the World Cup can do it. Why can't the RTFL? If so-and-so beats so-and-so, let's break it down.
Yeah. There's got to be some sort of, like the ESPN playoff generator thing.
What, we don't think we're better than FIFA? Come on, we got this.
Well, we can bribe a couple people here and there with some of that money.
Ken has some money, so he's ready to go. Bribes available.
We got lawyer people. We can trade some of Bill's meats for bribe people that way.
Sure, we could give it a shot. Foil or no foil, TBD.
It is interesting that it comes back full circle that, in the chat, it was expressed that Mike and Harry got meats from Bill, and then all of a sudden you see the schedule, and then there's Charlie back to back. Actually, honest mistake. When in the video, it looked like because I know they got a lot of stuff. Honest mistake, but super funny, really funny.
Cut it in here now. Replay it.
Replay
the video at the end of it.
It should pretty good chance to win. Same with you get Steve without Jamar Chase or T. Higgins this week, and so that's pretty tough.
Bill plays Charlie twice in a row. God, I fucked up this schedule. Bill plays Charlie twice in a row for some reason. I did not recall that happening, but
it's random, and then weeks 1 through 13, right? And then can't really
and we're back.
Like and subscribe, smash
like and subscribe. What country are people watching this in? It's not going to be on the channel. So
we'll find it.
Maybe they'll put it on. Maybe they'll give me the login and I can put it on the channel. I'll see if they'll do that. Let's see if they trust
new fans.
What do you think the password is to the RTFL YouTube channel?
I think it's Charlie Rock.
Is it the email? Do you think it's just the email?
Charlie Rose. RTFL 1234.
Ken's not a real brother. 69.
Oh yeah, that's probably it. RTFL 69.
Yeah, RTFL 69.
Or RTFL 420. All right, I think we've exhausted our information that we didn't have to start with.
Yep, sounds good. I'm gonna try to edit this, make it look good. We'll see what happens. I might add a couple fireworks and shit like that. I got to see what kind of editing software there is and set the.
I really think you should try to get a Mike's video in there or something. Get some.
I've got ideas for different music though, so we'll see.
Yeah, into it.
All right.
Good luck.
Well, thank you guys for joining Kelly and I this evening on a special edition of the RTFL shows. RT, go F yourself.
There you go. And some
That's
sort
our
of dumb
saying,
pun
false
from
sign.
Some dumb pun from John. There you go.
Bye.
But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become a lie, and the light that you shine can't be seen?